Hundreds of thousands of Iranians flooding the streets of Tehran Monday for the funeral of military commander Qasem Soleimani, killed by a U.S. drone strike in Iraq last week. Some chanting death to America, others holding signs vowing harsh revenge. The packed procession, a show of national unity after anti-government protests in Iran in November saw scores of demonstrators killed. Soleimani's daughter warning her father's death would bring a dark day for the U.S. Trump has warned if Americans or American assets are attacked, Iran will be targeted again, saying cultural sites are fair game. That's despite concerns within his own administration that doing so could constitute a war crime under international law. On Sunday, Iran declared it would no longer abide by restrictions imposed by the 2015 nuclear deal that limited its nuclear capacities in exchange for economic sanction relief. EU foreign ministers are expected to meet in Brussels on Friday to discuss how to save the pact. Trump withdrew the U.S. from the deal in 2018, and on Monday he tweeted, "Iran will never have a nuclear weapon." No further explanation given. And no specific details offered by Trump yet on claims Soleimani was plotting an imminent attack on Americans. Some Democratic critics saying Trump was reckless in authorizing the strike. Also Sunday, Iraqi MPs passed a non-binding resolution calling for foreign troops to leave. The U.S. has some 5,000 troops in Iraq. Trump is threatening severe sanctions against Iraq if they're forced out. Over the weekend, NATO suspending the Canadian-led Operation Impact training of Iraqi security and armed forces to ensure the safety of several hundred mission members.
We are taking all precautions necessary to protect our people.
That's NATO Secretary General speaking Monday, and soon after, Canada's defense minister tweeting, "This morning I spoke with NATO Secretary General where we discussed the NATO mission Iraq. We are committed to a stable Iraq, the fight against Daesh or ISIS, and to resume training when the situation allows. During the temporary pause, our focus is on the safety of those who serve."
The new year has begun with our world in turmoil.
That's the United Nations Secretary General speaking Monday. Without naming any countries, he's sharing a somber warning. We'll leave you with what he calls his simple and clear message.
Stop escalation. Exercise maximum restraint. Restart dialogue. Renew international cooperation. Let us not forget the terrible human suffering caused by war. As always, ordinary people pay the highest price.